Alright, so I'm going to be making a 2-point self-equalizing anchor. I got double shoulder length webbing. I'm going to take my carabiner and hook it through my webbing and hook it on to where I'm going to anchor into. Once I've hooked in there, in order to make this anchor, this is the first step you want to do, is you actually want to take your webbing and you want to tie an overhand knot. Alright, just below the overhand knot you tied, you actually want to tie a second overhand knot. One thing I'll point out is you don't want to tighten them down, at least not yet, and you'll see why here in a second. Once you've got 2 overhand knots, you take another carabiner and hook it in to the other end, and then you can hook that carabiner onto your anchor point. Now you can see where my overhand knots are. I like to even them out. They don't have to be perfectly level, but you definitely want to be able to clean it up because we're going to be checking our Leadster acronym and making sure everything applies. Alright, now you can see here I've got my anchor point, my arms, 2 limiting knots, and a master point. With a self-equalized, it's very, very important that you do a loop in one of the strands that you created down here. We call that the magic X. Once you've done that, you hook your carabiners in here. And again, once your carabiners are in, I'll make them opposite and opposed, and we can run through our Leadster acronym again. So we just want to make sure that it's limited, right? Not a lot of extension if we lose things, right? Keep going. We're checking our angle on our arms, definitely less than 90 degrees. The direction of pull, self-equalized. It's got a bit of direction, and that's what we want. Timely, you didn't take a lot of time seeing me create this anchor, so that's good. Nice and quick, get up climbing faster. It's equalized. Obviously, we're not starting out with most of the weight on either end. It's pretty equal in that regard. And then lastly, it's redundant. The redundancy, make sure it comes from that loop we made, that magic X down here, because again, if we lose an anchor, we're not going to come flying off. That is a self-equalizing 2-point anchor.